Think about how crazy it is that we live in a world where people are constantly seeking information and how to live their life and what to do from other people, and how programmed we've been to operate that way from the schooling system, literally thinking that we need to spend multiple hours a day getting information from someone else to tell us what's what so that we'll be successful. How fucked up is that? And I know we hear this a million times a day, that it's all within, that all the answers are within, but it's really true. And you can think that and know that, but once you, again, start to embody that truth, it's a game changer. Because then you start to see, oh my God, I've literally been getting my information and advice from everyone outside of me. From my health to career advice to social advice to money advice to everything, to life advice, to moving advice, to how to manage my life advice, to everything. And again, there's nothing wrong with this. There's nothing bad about it. It's become very normal, but it's not very natural to our state of being a human being. And the thing is, the more that you trust yourself and the more that you return back to the knowingness that you hold everything that you need, you hold all of the answers, the more that you can realize and see that the people that we've been getting advice from, these systems, what have you, they're only able to provide advice to you from the frequency in which they're operating at, in which they're vibrating at. Meaning, a lot of these systems, whether you go to a bank and you ask for financial advice, you go to a doctor, you ask for medical health advice, you go to maybe a parent or someone, a guidance counselor in high school to ask for academic or career advice. These people, again, nothing wrong with them, but these people can only give you advice. These systems can only give you advice to the level at which they're vibrating. Meaning, oftentimes, because the collective vibration is quite low right now, we're still vibrating at a very low third dimensional state, their advice, for the most part, is going to be very limited. When you start connecting with yourself, you start tapping into truths and answers beyond the mainstream, beyond what people have been programmed to tell you to do is the best thing for you. And it feels very uncomfortable because, again, we've been trained to get our advice from experts, from people outside of ourselves. But I promise you, if you're on the path of growth and ascension and awareness, there's going to be a point where you start turning off advice from really anyone outside of yourself, and you start turning off the news more and more. You start turning off, you start unsubscribing, maybe from YouTube channels or Instagram channels that kind of tell you what to do or tell you what to eat, think about that. And again, nothing wrong with this. It's a paradigm to play in. I've played in it for many, 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 many years. So there's nothing wrong with it. But think about how crazy it is asking someone else what to eat, how to move your body. Think about that. You're subconsciously saying, I don't know what my body's feeling. I don't know what my body needs right now. I don't know how to move my body. That's just a sign to go within, because you always know. Through breath and through stillness, you'll always know what your body needs or doesn't need right now. What it needs to say yes to, what it needs to say no to. You'll always know. And that's what we're returning to. That's the natural state. That's not normal right now, but it's the natural state of our bodies. And that's available to us to start living in a way that that doesn't put so much clout on the external, because again, a lot of what we're receiving as in terms of information and in terms of advice from the external is coming from limited paradigms. Does this make sense? This is big. This is big because most people are getting all of their information from limited paradigms. And again, nothing wrong with that, but it's going to lead to the kind of lives and the kind of results that are normal. And most people aren't enjoying their lives. Most people don't feel free when it comes down to it. When the rubber meets the road, they don't feel free. They don't feel fulfilled. And we're stepping into a time where it's going to be much more accessible to choose the higher paths of information and the intel that has always been there within us that many people haven't tapped into before.